Hello everybody, welcome to my first ever Heroclix video, which will be a set review for Fight for Gotham City. Um, for reference, I'm probably what you would call a casual player. I play about once every few weeks at locals, which is usually 300 modern, and I usually get wrecked over there. Um, but this set seems super fun, so let's review it. At number one, we got Batman, 60 points. 8 clicks. He's got running shot, 11 attack with in cap, and with the ability to destroy an equipment or deal normal damage as well. 18 toughness and 3 damage outwit, which is not too bad. Nothing particularly strong, but he's a decent piece for 60 points common. Um, Good start to the set, I would say. This Red Hood gang is a lot more interesting, I think. He has this power because he's one of the expendable goons that deals damage to an opposing character equal to their damage value to the character that KO'd him. So you can see here on his 15-point line, he doesn't have a lot of strength, like 6 movement charge, 9 attack smoke cloud, 17 toughness, 2 damage shape change. He's not really a threat by himself. Maybe he can be a taxi with the underworld keyword, but um, the main thing is that he is a nasty mastermind target. If that works with mastermind, I think it should. Um, And a lot of the characters these days, the attackers, they got like 4 printed damage. So being able to mastermind to this guy and then reflect 4 damage back is absolutely crazy. It's like Turbo Mystics potentially. And then the other thing is he can spawn another goon, which is whatever. Um, Next up we got Assassin Recruit. I don't think you're gonna play him on the 40-point line. Like this running shot for 2 penetrating I mean, there's better figures you can play usually. 15 point is a little bit more interesting. He's got running shot stealth, potentially hitting for 11-3, with 16 defense and combat reflexes. I really wish they made this guy a goon. I'm really not a fan of the target mechanic for assassins overall, but even still, for this guy specifically, the fact that they made him 40 points and 15 with a 15 starting line, it felt, and he's a recruit even, is like, it's perfect to be a goon. Assassins could use a little bit more value generation, I think. Yeah, well, that's the recruit. Arkham Orderly, I got I got some problems with this guy. So on 30 points, he's got 4 clicks, plasticity, 10 attack poison, 17 barrier, 2 damage support, which is, I mean, it's kind of like a cluster of powers that's hard to take advantage of fully. You know, the plasticity means he wants to be up close, but the 17 defense with no reductions mean and no dodgers means he's kind of fragile. As well, the poison means he wants to be up close. The support means he wants to stay in the back so he can heal. And then on his 15-point line, he's got Force Blast, in cap, no defense power, and 1 damage exploit. That seems pretty bad. I guess the thing that's supposed to make up for this is that his 1 to 3 goon trait is generate 2 blocking terrains adjacent to the opposing character that KO'd him, which could be pretty relevant. I've never been a huge fan of terrain mechanics, so I'm not a huge fan of this. I think Force Blast is one of the most garbage powers in the game right now, so I'm not a fan of that either. Um, the 1 damage exploit is like I mean it's pretty terrible obviously. Um Overall I think now is a good time to bring up that in the previous set Venom they released a symbiote soldier that's also a goon with a 15-point starting line. And that goon had blades and triple target mind control for 15 points, and this guy's sitting at an incap and 1 damage exploit. Um, I mean, if they release this during Notorious, I think most of the goons are like similar power level to Notorious, but the past three sets, Venom, X-Men 97, Strange Tales, their goons kind of power crept the Notorious goons. So this guy seems a little weak in comparison. Like in X-Men 97, they had the Dino Man that can heal an animal when it dies, as well as I think the other two Dino Men were also pretty useful. But they also had the Prime, the Sentinel Technician that had a guaranteed uh, rate to spawn another goon because if you roll the 1 to 3, you can spawn a Prime Sentinel, which is also a goon. And then in Strange Tales, they had the mindless ones that gave Empower, as well as if it fails to generate a goon, you can heal a monster or a mystical, I think 2 clicks, which is pretty damn strong, especially since a lot of the monsters synergize with healing and the mysticals, they generally have mystics. So as a cost of mystics, their dials are generally designed to have less reducers, less clicks. So the healing means more to them. Um, and I think even that goon had mystics itself. So this goon, I'm not too happy with. I think they could have just kept the plasticity, gave him, I don't know, some sort of defense power. I don't know. It's kind of disappointing to me, but maybe it's just me. Red Hood. I got nothing good to say about this guy either. 95 points. You're paying for 7 clicks of sidestep, 4 range, 11 attack penetrating, 18 defense toughness, 3 attack outwit, and his trait is equipped opposing characters within 4 squares, modify their attack and range -1. On the 15-point starting line, he's got running shot, precision, toughness, and 2 damage RCE, which means he's potentially hitting for 11-3. You know, for the power level of this guy, I'm gonna compare him to the Hal Jordans of the Lantern Legacy set. The Hal Jordans, pretty much only the blue one is actually played. Maybe a few of the others are playable, but generally they're considered pretty weak because they only have 5 clicks for 50 points with mediocre potential, I guess. But even those Hal Jordans, they came in the set with the Lantern Rings, which means all of them can spawn swords, which which makes them at least like semi-playable, at least in a casual setting. This Red Hood, it's something that I would expect released maybe in 2016. This is um, he's just immensely power crept, not worth the points. You could flat out reduce both point values by 15, and I still don't think he's going to be played. Maybe I'm underestimating his trade. I don't think so. Yeah. Gotham City Detective, decent generic. 4 clicks, 20 points, enhancement, and conditional perplex. Not much else to say. Rat, 5 points, 7 attack, but he's got the Batman enemy TA, which means he can copy like 10 to 13. Small size, exploit for 1, whatever. He's just something that you generate with other characters. Yeah, he can generate Rat himself, I guess. Uh, yeah. Penguin Robot is a more interesting goon, so he's got Underworld keyword, or sorry, Underworld TA, but also Gotham City Underworld, Animal, Brute, Robot. Those are some pretty good keywords to be able to have with Underworld. He has plasticity, quick, toughness, and power with 2 damage on his 15-point starting line. You can even play him on 50, I think, in sealed. There's a sidestep TK CR with 3 damage and power, which is a little weak, but I mean, he's probably going to be played at 50, maybe once or twice in sealed. Um, the interesting thing about him is the 1 to 3 roll is deal 2 penetrating to all characters within 3 squares. So I guess the play with this guy is he's kind of like a pseudo pulse wave. So you get him in there, and then with like a TK, or maybe he moves himself on top of a terrain marker, then you destroy the terrain marker, damage him, stuff like that. Because it says two penetrating to all characters, so you can hurt yourself. So you want to send him into the enemy team. Mm, a lot more of an interesting goon, I think. I don't like I don't think I'm gonna play him because I don't like playing like this, but interesting. Yeah. Clay Critter, very cool. So he's got plasticity, quake with 9 attack, 17 toughness, and 2 damage shape change. And then a 45-point starting line. He's got charge, poison, and vulnerability with 18 defense and 3 damage in power, and he's small size. So I think this one is even more playable on the 45-point starting line. And then also when he's KO, that's like a pretty decent ability. It's kind of like a pseudo stun, give an action token to each opposing character adjacent to the square. Clay Critter last occupied. So that's like it's like you're hitting an end cap when he dies if you fail the generate goon. And then his powers on his 45-point starting line also work together, like charge, poison, and vulnerability, small size, and power. They all work together. I like him. Um, Scarecrow Goon. Uh, so the interesting thing about this guy is he's got when he's KO'd, if you fail the goon roll, you get to give the character that KO'd him Battle Fury, which means, um, or until the end of their next turn, which means they can't make ranged attacks or be carried. It's like conditional. And then he's also got the Underworld TA, which is okay. And the main thing is he's got on his 15-point line Pulse Wave and Super Senses. I would say he's generally worse than the Guardian Thunderer from Notorious. Uh, I think the trade-off is probably the Super Senses, but the Thunderer can equip a yellow ring, so that's kind of outclasses. But I mean, I'm happy. He's fine. Whatever. Tweedledee. So this guy's a pretty cost-efficient bystander spawner. I think he's pretty nice. 16 defense is obviously pretty low, but he's got charge and he's potentially hitting for 11-4 with a CCE. Uh, and he's got Underworld, so he can carry his bystander. And then the Walrus that he spawns can also hit for well, is it can he can hit for 4, but it would be with 10 attack. And even his goon has his bystander has Underworld. So this is pretty cool. I think we're definitely gonna see this guy played a lot in sealed. Maybe even in constructed. He's just so efficient, like 30 points. You got a uh, taxi that also can hit you hard. It's pretty nice. Black Mask. I really like this guy's in terms of his aesthetic. I love that they gave them the Black Lantern Corpse keyword. Um, and his trait is leadership. So when establishing themed teams, friendly characters with an expendable goon trait gain Black Mask's keywords. So this is very interesting for Silver because you can make every goon into a Black Lantern, and then every goon can heal past their starting line with Necron. I mean, his other keywords are probably pretty useful for the goons. Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Underworld, Secret Society of Supervillains, Politician. The other part of his trait is adjacent friendly characters with the goon trait, modify attack +1. A little bit less useful there. And then his dial is pretty mediocre. 5 clicks for 50 points, stealth, uh, 10 attack 2k, 18 mastermind, 1 damage outwit. But the main thing here is you got to think his mastermind is gonna be used to send damage to this Red Hood gang, which is gonna reflect like 3 or 4 damage back to the attackers. So he's cool, even if he's not so good. But I think he's okay. Um, Arsenal is pretty strong, I think. Like 50 points, you're going in with running shot. What is it called? Potentially 12 penetrating with 4 damage because you got RCE. No defense power, so he's pretty obviously glass cannon, but his trait is when he makes a range attack on a single target, modify his attack and damage +1 for each other friendly character with the marksman or outlaws keyword that attacked that character this turn. So if you attack the same character with 2 other with the keyword, you can have this 50-point guy hitting with 14-6, which is kind of nutty. I really like this guy. He's gonna be a lot of fun. As Scarecrow, also gonna be a lot of fun. 60-point starting line, I don't really like. He's got 7 clicks, stealth, 11 attack poison, 18 mastermind, 2 exploit. But the thing is like he's got no charge, so you basically have to walk him in there adjacent to opposing characters, or maybe you can TK him. Um, And then the next turn, he poison gets a free mind control with his trait and maybe exploits for 2. I think the 35-point line is much more interesting because he can sidestep within range, and he's got the Sinestro Corpse keyword, which means he can equip the ring. He can -2 the opposing character's defense, hit him with a penetrating, then mind control him for free, walk him into your team, or make an attack on the enemy, and then walk him into your team, and then you can spawn a yellow sword and finish that guy off, that's kind of cool for 35 points that you can do all that. And then he's got the Underworld and Batman enemy TA, of course. Astral Raven, Mystics TA, super senses on 4 to 6. Adjacent opposing characters modify defense -1 for her damage power. And then she's got 0 attack poison. So I mean, she's okay. Pretty obviously supposed to work with Raven. Um, yeah, nothing much else. Martian Manhunter, a little bit more interesting, does not have Mystics TA, instead has JLA. He can penetrate for 1. He's got phasing, as well as mostly his damage power is the interesting part. So choose an opposing character within range and line of fire. He's only got 3 range, but until your next turn, that character cannot use Protected Outwit or Safeguard Outwit, which is kind of freaking cool for 15 points that you can essentially take away the Outwit immunity that you get from Cosmics or whatever else. Yeah. Um, I don't know how you pronounce this guy. I'm just gonna call him Badig. Uh, So this guy is pretty clearly a worse chip, but he's 35 points, Black Lantern TA with TK sidestep outwit. I mean, he's gonna be played, even if he can't generate a chainsaw or a sword. Um, yeah, I mean, not much else to. I mean, his trait lets him carry colossal. That's pretty useful, I guess. But yeah, Dick Grayson. 80 points for 7 clicks with movement power that says leap climb, and he can sidestep twice. His damage power is outwit shape change, and he's got precision strike and combat reflexes with 18 defense. A bit overcosted in my opinion. I mean he's not like terrible like this freaking Red Hood over here. But he's okay. They could probably make him like 70-40 and he'd still be subpar for like modern constructed tournaments, but I mean, it's okay. Whatever. Um, this Red Hood is very interesting design in my opinion. So he's got 45 points for 6 clicks of stealth, 9 attack smoke cloud, mastermind 18, leadership 3 damage. And he doesn't have Batman enemy, which means he's kind of stuck with that 9 attack. So pretty obviously, you're supposed to use him with the redhead gang guy, move him in close. Or I guess you can't cast Smoke Cloud, but anyway, you cast the Smoke Cloud on himself. He goes into stealth, so then he's hard to outwit the Mastermind. Then he Masterminds to his goons. His goons reflect the damage. Yeah. Um, and then his trait is when a bystander would be generated, you can roll a d6, and if you hit a 4 to 6, you can generate an expendable Goonie. Interesting typo there. Is that for everybody? That has the no, no, that's just for him. So he can generate a Goonie uh on its 15-point starting line, which is I'm not sure how useful this trait actually is. I think usually the bystanders are preferable to the goons because usually the bystanders, since they only have 1 click of life, they are a lot more generous with their power levels, I feel like. Um, and also the bigger pro to the bystanders is the bystanders usually don't give points when they're KO'd. And if you keep generating goons, you can end up giving your opponent points to farm. But the pro is obviously there's a much larger selection of goons than there are bystanders that characters can generate. So if you're playing like Silver Age, you kind of, and for some reason you're playing this guy, you can generate like, oh my god, 20 different goons for the specific situation. Yeah, I mean, I like him. He's not probably not too good, but he's pretty damn cool. Lady Shiva is the first character with the inherited technique trait, which basically says when this character is KO'd, you may attach their card to another character with the martial artist keyword, and they gain the inherited technique. Lady Shiva's is precision strike, and when she hits, give each hit character an action token, and she's got 3 lightning bolts. I think you probably play her on 65, even with the inherited technique, because on 50 points you only get 4 clicks with toughness, which is kind of fragile. But on 65 you get a stealth, 12 attack, 7 clicks, 18 CR, and exploit. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say. Ego Strange, a little bit more interesting. So he can mind control us free if an opposing character was given an action token, and he's got in cap, so pretty much he's supposed to in cap or let someone else in cap. Maybe the Batman 01 can in cap, and then he gets to mind control as free. And then when he targets a character with an action token, modifies attack +1, so he's potentially hitting with 12 attack. Um, and then his other trait is friendly characters with a lower point value than him can use super strength and toughness. Two of the mediocre powers, I think. But it's okay as like a buff to everybody of lower points. It doesn't just affect goons, right? Because like for example, Scarecrow does not have toughness. I don't think these guys have toughness. They have a fair amount of points. A lot of people in this set do not have toughness even. That costs less than 50 points. And even Red Hood can be given toughness. uh, yeah, I mean, and then he's got Outwit, only 4 clicks of health to balance it all. He's fine. Jason Todd, they really don't like this guy. 55 points for 5 clicks, which means he costs more than the Hal Jordans that were like subpar. Running shot, 11 attack, 18 toughness, 3 damage for Plex. His attack power is when he damages an opposing character, you may knock back that character if you don't give them an action token. So it's like I don't know, pseudo super strength slash incap. I mean, you're not like, if you pay for 55 points, you want more than 5 clicks of health with 18 toughness. You want more than a 3 damage per plex. Um, yeah. Maybe he'll be played. Maybe he'll be played and sealed, but a bit of a disappointing design in my opinion. Um, the question, I don't really like this. I mean, I have nothing against this design. So she's got 40 points for Heroclix with stealth, 17 CR, 3 damage with outwit and prob, and when she uses either, she doesn't need line of fire, and she's got shape change traded as well as smoke cloud as free. And opposing characters occupying smoke terrain generated by the question can't use the effect of equipment. So she's a pretty useful support piece, just like the other questions. The thing is I would have preferred instead of the third question released in the past few years, they released since it is Streets of or Fight for Gotham City, they released Huntress or a Batwoman or an Azrael. Uh, it feels like they're the amount of questions they're producing is disproportionate to the character's popularity. But maybe I'm wrong on this. I feel like there could have been better slots. Likewise, that criticism applies a lot harder to these two Beast Boys. Um, This Beast Boy is the rat one, which is 60 points, 19 defense super senses with 1 damage outwit. And when he's adjacent to blocking, lines of fire are blocked to him. And he's got the conduit of the red trait, which lets him swap with another Beast Boy or heal him 1 at the start of turn. Um, so first of all, yes, I think there are characters that belong in a fight for Gotham City more than two versions of Beast Boy, which is essentially WizKids recycling the same model for the rat and the penguin. And then they also did this for Lantern Legacy, where they recycled the same model for dog and dolphin. More than it being kind of lazy is the fact that I think most players would probably prefer like a normal Beast Boy. You can very easily design him to have the conduit of the red trait, make him cost 60 points, give him charge, super strength, shape change, toughness, blades. Like it's very easy to design a Beast Boy. I understand like this isn't the worst mechanic, being able to swap Beast Boys every turn. But I think it's overdone. I don't think it belongs in this set. I don't think it belonged in Lantern Legacy. I just want to make sure they didn't actually print a real Beast Boy. I mean, they made this Legacy, but that's kind of gross. And then the last one they made with this was this weirdo in Batman Team Up that's like Teen Titans Go. I don't think people like Go more than the original show. And then they made a few versions in Masters of Time as well. They're, by the way, this is a reuse of the T-Rex model. This is a reuse of the Velociraptor model. Like, I don't understand. They print like 6 versions of Beast Boy. Oh, okay. They did make a real one, but he's in the damn Vault Booster. Okay. Anyway, whoops. Back to the review. Um, the other Beast Boy is the Penguin one, which has sidestep, and when he moves through an opposing character, because he's got that improved movement characters, he can knock them back. So again, it's not terrible as like a transformation that's like highly specific that Beast Boy has access to. I just wish they'd print like a common 60-point Beast Boy so that we don't have to start the game with one of these animals essentially. This is the Batarang qualifying keyword Batman family, so a lot of characters are going to have it for free, especially in this set. And then Uh, is an okay. Is only 5 points if you just want to have it. But when this character makes a range attack, may count range and draw line of fire from a square within 2 squares that they have line of fire to. So kind of extends their range, lets them see over stuff. Not bad, but uh, not particularly complicated. Number 27 is Tim Drake. 4 clicks outwit as his damage power with 5 movement sidestep, improve movement elevated, smoke cloud with 10 attack and 17 defense CR. So his damage power is the other part is when he hits a character that he targeted with outwit, he can be replaced with the number 38 Robin. Um, even without the replacement effect, I think he's more valuable than Jason Todd or the Red Hood. just just straight up. Yeah, we'll never stop ragging on how overcosted those characters are. There's the other guy, the brother of Tweedledee. So instead of charge, this guy is the ranged one with running shot, RCE, but he has one less damage. So I think he's a little bit worse. He's hitting for a potential 11-3 with his RCE. The bystander, I think, has sidestep. Yeah, sidestep blades exploit. So, I mean, similar power levels in the bystander, but a little bit worse, I think. Whatever. He's fine. Like he's gonna be played with sealed just because he can generate this thing. Jeremiah Arkham. 4 clicks, 45 points, stealth, 9 attack poison, 17 defense barrier, and when he uses it after resolutions, choose an opposing characters within 4 squares that is adjacent to form or fuck um, fuck that is adjacent to 4 or more blocking terrain markers. Deal that character 1 penetrating. So he's pretty obviously meant to cast barrier to lock some guy in a cell essentially, and then deal him 1 penetrating. I'm not sure how. And then he's also got leadership, and when he fails, he can generate an Arkham Orderly. So maybe that's why the Orderly is kind of a lower power level. As well as the Orderly's generate blocking terrain trait would work in conjunction with this punishment cell sort of. Um, I mean, he's not bad. He's like a spawner that generates for 45 points, barrier, and perplex. I mean, he's okay. Um, Probably not good enough for constructed modern, but yeah, whatever. Merlin, I am disappointed in this design. You're probably not going to play him at 65 because he's hitting for 65. He's got 6 clicks with running shot, 12 attack penetrating, which is okay, but his defense is only a 17 energy shield. Excuse me. And then his damage power, which he has 3 damage, is power, destroy a blocking, elevated, or effect terrain within range and line of fire. If you do, after resolutions, deal 2 damage to characters occupying or adjacent to the characters that marker last occupied. So, um, it says terrain markers, so I assume this can't be printed terrain. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But yeah, he's basically like a more costlier arsenal enough with not as high potential damage that can maybe splash some people with his damage power. I don't think you're gonna play him at 65. And then he's got the assassin target, of course. I don't like this design, but whatever. 40 points is a lot more playable, I think. He's got 4 clicks with sidestep, precision strike, um, 18 super senses, and he's got 3 damage with RCE, so he's potentially hitting for 11-4, which is not bad for 40 points. Especially since he's not a total glass cannon like Arsenal, because he's got 18 defense and super senses. And sidestep's always useful, of course. Whatever, Merlin. Lucius Fox, absolutely going to be wreaking havoc in sealed. So he's got 30 points, running shot, 10 attack in cap, no defense power with 16 defense, so very vulnerable. Batman TA, so he's got stealth, and then 2 damage perplex. But the interesting thing is he can generate a free equipment token to give to a friendly character once per turn. These equipments can only be used once, but they are all kind of useful. So this one, grapnel launcher, is the Spider-Man effect. Basically, place it in a different lane elevation within 4 squares of the line of fire. This one is Quake but deals 3. Very cool. This one is an in cap applied to whenever you make an attack. Uh, Again, pretty useful. All three are pretty useful. And you can generate one once per turn, but they can only be used once. It's pretty interesting. Yeah. Dead Man. Apparently he's an SR. I don't know if that's correct. He's one of the possessors, so you pay 10 points to put him on your sideline, and when an opposing character KOs one of your characters, you can attach the possessor to the character that KO'd your character. And Dead Man's effect is when opposing character that he's attached to has 2 action tokens, you can essentially free he it's like a mind control for free, but you don't have to roll to attack, so they automatically join your force and they make an attack, but they can't move. And after they make an attack, they go back to your opponent. Um, I'm not sure how strong this is. I don't think people are a fan of the possessors overall. They seem a little a little cheap. Um, but then again, they made a pretty decent Deadman and Masters of Time. Really, I don't think they needed to make another Deadman. Like, again, this could have been Azrael, this could have been Huntress, this could have been Batwoman. I'm sure there's other characters I'm forgetting. I don't know who's a fan of Deadman, dude. Like, okay, whatever. This Bizarro is more interesting. So he's 100 points with 9 clicks. Flight, 8 movement charge, 11 attack quake, 19 defense super senses, and 4 damage. And his trait is because he's got improved movement blocking. So when he destroys a piece of terrain until your next turn, he can use perplex and prob. That's pretty damn cool. And when he uses either, he can target friendly characters with the outlaws keyword regardless of range and line of fire. So he's got a pretty long dial. You can knock him down to a damage power that says uh, close combat expert and outwit, which is pretty excellent. You can knock him down onto flurry. Um, and then he's got outsiders TA, Superman ally. Yeah, I mean he's not good enough for constructed, but it'll be pretty fun to play with this guy in sealed. Raven. One of the better characters designed in this set. For 60 points, you got Flight, 8 movement stealth, 11 attack. The attack power is Smoke Cloud. When she uses it, after resolutions, generate one of the Astral Ravens on click number 1 and one of the Smoke Cloud markers. And at the end of your turn, choose 2 friendly characters with the Teen Titans keyword. If those characters are both occupying smoke terrain, place them in each other's squares. So it's like a portal kind of. She's got traded Mastermind, but only to choose Astral Ravens that she generates. And her other trait is when a friendly character uses the Teen Titans TA, they don't have to roll. It's automatically a 6, which means they don't damage themselves. She's got 18 defense super senses, 3 damage prob, and then she can get knocked down to perplex, outwit, support, shape change. I mean, she's not broken, I don't think, but she's pretty cool design. Pretty raveny. Okay. Martian Manhunter, 80 points, traded, shape change, and phasing. Uh, Defense power on 18 is toughness, willpower, and when he uses willpower and succeeds, he can generate one of the astral ones that can neutralize protected and safeguard outwit. Uh, oh, he's only got max 1. Does the Raven only have max 1? Raven does not have max 1, but Martian Manhunter does. Interesting. Um, and then his damage power is outwit. He may target, so he can target opposing characters adjacent to his astral versions, regardless of line of fire. So the astral version basically neutralizes the safeguard, and then Martian Manhunter outwits because the safeguard is neutralized. Um, and then he's also got 11 attack, precision strike on 7 clicks, and single target mind control with 6 range. I mean, he's alright. The dig, Blue Lantern, 60 points for only 4 clicks, but he's got pretty useful powers. Running shot, 11 attack, and cap. And cap is not one of the useful powers. But 19 defense barrier, uh, small size, 3 damage prob. He's got traded perplex, but only to positively modify combat values by +2. He's got defend as another trait with support as free, but only if a friendly character missed this turn. So he's pretty damn cool. He's like I mean he's a support figure, but uh because I'm trying to compare him to the Blue Lantern Hal, right? Blue Lantern Hal is pretty damn fragile, but the Blue Lantern Hal also does not have small size nor probability control, nor the ability to perplex his own defense up to 21. But he is 60 points for only 4 clicks, so if you do hit him once, he's pretty much dead. But also having support as free every turn essentially is pretty useful. And then he's got the Blue Lantern Corps as well as the Green Lantern Corps as well as the Animal Cosmic Herald. Um, he's pretty damn interesting. I Yeah, I like him. Alfred, I care for a little less because, well, he's 30 points unique, and his trait is basically revolving around the one-shot utility belt in this set. I don't really care for one-shots. So when a friendly character with the Batman family keyword hits once per turn, after resolutions, you may roll a d6. 1 to 4, flip a friendly face down utility belt one shot face up. And 5 to 6, choose a utility belt from a one shot from outside the game and put it on your sideline. 30 points for sidestep, energy explosion with 11 attack, 18 defense, defend, and 2 damage support. I mean, he's not exactly like expensive. And then he's got another trait which is power. Place an adjacent friendly character with the Batman family keyword up to 4 squares away from Alfred. That seems probably pretty useful. He's probably gonna be played just because you're gonna play one shots, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of one shots. But like he's not weak. I don't think. Ventriloquist is I think the first prime in this set. So 35 points for 7 movement stealth, 9 attack smoke cloud, 19 defense willpower, 1 damage with enhancement perplex, and adjacent friendly characters named Scarface can also use enhancement and perplex. And then, of course, his trait is when he starts the game, he can generate a Scarface. When Scarface would take damage, you may have Ventriloquist take 1 unavoidable damage instead, protected pulse wave. Um, I mean, he's pretty. I We can look at the Scarface. So he's got 13 attack, Batman enemy. So he's gonna be a great target for the Batman enemy TA. You can get a flat 13, which is kind of insane for 35 points. I guess that's the main positive to this guy being a prime, or justification rather. So he can't be chosen for Mastermind, and he can't be given action essentially, unless he's adjacent to ventriloquist. Uh, But keep in mind, this guy also has enhancement and perplex, so essentially ventriloquist has uh, like super perplex. I mean, he's pretty useful for 35 points. Whether he's worth the prime slot is, I think, more meta dependent. Yeah, interesting character. This Robin is the one that Tim Drake transforms into. Tim Drake says he transforms into the 15 point or the red starting line, which is 50 points. And his damage power is energy explosion, and he can deal 3 damage with the energy explosion essentially. And if he rolls high, right, he can. Oh, oh no, if he rolls low, they also get an action token. Yeah, but he can also roll like 1 damage energy explosion. Um, I mean, it's okay, like that you can transform into this guy, but also he's got the trait that says you can generate a spoiler bystander once per game at the start of your turn, and as well as free choose a friendly character with the Batman TA. That character can use Robin's display damage power, which is usually outwit until your next turn. So he can give somebody else outwit. Um, the spoiler that he generates is pretty good. It's got a Batman TA as well as Flurry, 18 super senses, 11 attack, as well as 3 damage and power, and Batman TA. So you can even just give the bystander that he generates outwit. Um, what else? So I don't think you're ever playing him on 90 points. Like this is 17 defense for 8 clicks. Uh, like, and then he gets hit onto willpower. He's got no super senses, no shape change. So somebody hypersonics or somebody charges or somebody running shots. If there's not a smoke cloud covering him, they hit him. They flurry because I mean usually the characters played and constructed they have like flurry from somewhere. Basically he's pretty fragile for 90 points. I think you could have made this as well as the other Batman family characters that are like him a little cheaper. But honestly, I think you could shave like 10 points flat, keep everything else the same, and they're probably still subpar. But the bystander he generates is good. It's better. It's probably the best bystander out of these 3 characters. And the second character is Batgirl. Uh, Similar, 8 clicks, 90 points with a 50-point starting line, but no Barbara Gordon to transform into. The bystander she generates is the worst, in my opinion. 5 movement, force blast, 10 attack, CR 16 defense, 2 damage support, so a lot less of a threat. And then she also has this the give a friendly character her damage power for until the next turn, which is going to be either perplex or enhancement. That's also worse than the outwit from Robin. Her damage power is in cap. After resolutions, you may place any hit character adjacent to Batgirl. If you do, she may make a close attack. So this is the upside, I guess, to Batgirl. Being able to drag an opposing character into your team, which may be surrounding Batgirl, as well as being able to make a free attack is pretty useful. But she doesn't have that on her starting line on her 50-point value, and she's starting with enhancements. So you're kind of encouraged to play her on the 90-point line, and likewise with the Robin, like you can shave 10 points and she's still not very good. Nightwing, a little bit better than Batgirl, I think. So once per turn, same thing. The bystander that he generates once per game is Bitewing, which has charge, blades, willpower. So blades obviously and charge is stronger than whatever this is. Oh, so instead of Batgirl's bystander, you probably would choose to generate a goon with with red Red Hood. All right, so some inset synergy already. Okay. I think Nightwing can also make a free attack as well, right? His So unlike Batgirl, Nightwing gets to have his free attack ability on both his starting lines, which justifies his 50.1 a lot more. Still a little overcosted, I think, because again, you can compare him to the Hal Jordans, which also cost 50 points. They have another click. They usually don't get to make another attack, but usually the ring makes up for it because the ring can generate swords. Maybe this is an unfair comparison because the rings are just so absurdly strong. But I mean, the rings aren't even like meta, right? Or like it isn't Lantern Legacy rampaging through every modern tournament, right? So I don't think they're like that strong even. But obviously, not only can Nightwing make a second attack, he can also generate the bystander himself, as well as give that bystander CCE or prob if he's on the 90-point line. Yeah, probably the most justifiable 90-point line out of all of them, which is fitting thematically. But you can also probably shave 10 points off, and he's not going to be broken. Um, Like for 90 points, you want somebody that can hit really hard. Nightwing, yes, he can hit potentially for six. He's got pretty high standard defense. He's got decent TAs, as well as prob. Um, but he does not have penetrating. He does not have enhancements to his damage built in. Um, and he doesn't have a dodger like a super senses or shape change, and he's basically reliant on the one damage reduction by this. Um, so for 90 points, like oh well, he's got outsiders, right? Okay, I mean yeah, probably the most justifiable for 90 points out of the three Bat family goons. Um, it's still a little overcosted in my opinion. Commissioner Gordon. Friendly characters that share a keyword with Commissioner Gordon can use sidestep. He's got the Gotham City Police and Politician keywords. Not the most useful keywords, exactly. If they share two or more keywords, two or more of his three keywords, they can use sidestep for 3 squares instead. And then his other trait is leadership. When he succeeds, friendly characters have police until your next turn. For 60 points, I don't think this is worth it. There's probably some combo you can figure out where you really take advantage of the sidestep. Um, but like 60 points, you're on 7 movement, Force Blast. Ew, Force Blast. 11 attack energy explosion. But I like does Gordon even like make explosions anywhere? 18 defense willpower is whatever. 3 damage enhancement. Like this guy could have costed 45. He could even be costed 30, and he's probably not gonna be broken. Whatever. It's cool to have him, I guess. Christopher Chance, the second prime. Um, Pretty interesting. He's got 2 stop clicks for only 40 points. Not exactly the most useful abilities because he's got stealth, defend with 18, no attack power, and CCE for with 2 damage. So I guess he could potentially hit for 12-3, which is pretty decent for 40 points and 2 stop clicks. He's also got wild card, and he's not a standard character. Interesting. Does that mean he can't be carried? I'm not sure. And other friendly characters can use shape change, but succeed on 4 to 6. And when they use it and succeed, Christopher Chance, so he becomes the target instead, even if he would be an illegal target. Um, Another trait when opposing characters are attacking Christopher Chance, they modify attack plus or minus 1. and their attack rolls cannot be rerolled. Uh, and then he cannot be healed. His stop click is super senses with sidestep, precision, RCE. I don't know what's the lore behind this guy. I mean, he seems pretty damn cool. Um, whether he's with the prime slot, I don't know, but yeah, it's a cool design. Um, modify attack -1, as well as giving all friendly characters within 4 squares shape change, essentially forced to mastermind to him if it succeeds. Uh, but he's got no reducers and he can't be healed is the cost. So he's like a finite, very finite tank. Yeah, whatever. Richard Dragon, another martial artist. This is one of the ones that were leaked or that they released to preview the set. His inherited technique is combat reflexes, and adjacent opposing characters use their printed combat values when attacked or being attacked by Richard Dragon. He also has a damage power on his 70-point starting line that says leadership. At the beginning of your turn, choose a technique special power Richard Dragon can use and another character with the martial artist keyword. The chosen character can use the chosen technique until your next turn. So essentially, he can share his technique or the technique of another character that died and gave it to him. His technique is one of the more useful ones, in my opinion. Basically, shuts down like CCE and Perplex positive perplex from opposing characters. And combat reflexes can be pretty damn useful. And then he's also got a really healthy dial. 70 points for 9 clicks with eight eight movement charge, 11 attack. What's it called? Precision, and then damage powers the combat reflexes, and 3 damage leadership. And then on his 50-point starting line, he's still got 6 clicks, I think. Yep. And his everything's the same except he has -1 defense, and instead of the leadership power, he has empower. So I think both of the starting lines they can be played, and he only has the martial artist keyword is the biggest downside, I guess. But what's disappointing is this was one of the first characters they previewed from the set, so I kind of got the impression that all the other characters were going to be like similar power levels, but there's there's a handful of characters that are just like very clearly lower power level that even cost more points. For example, why does this guy cost 90 points and Richard Dragon costs 70? I mean, he's got a lot healthier of a dial. Whatever. Ratcatcher. So this is the guy, one of the guys that synergizes with the rats, common rats. When he starts the game, you can generate 2 of those 5-point rats. When a friendly rat uses the Batman enemy, they consider Ratcatcher adjacent, so he's giving them 11 attack instead of their 7. He also has another trait which is Safeguard Poison as well as Poison. When Ratcatcher uses it, he deals damage to opposing characters adjacent to Rat. Um, 40 points for Stealth, 11 attack Smoke Cloud, 17 Mastermind, 2 damage, and Power is perfectly fine. Probably not going to be a meta piece, but it's going to be fine to play with. Yeah. Professor Pig, one of the SRs that were previewed from this set. Uh, Traded Mastermind at the end of your turn, and when an opposing character of 30 points or less is KO'd, you may generate a Dolotron. So this is the Dolotron. It's got poison and empower, basically. A Batman enemy, plasticity, whatever. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6. If the result is less than the number of Dolatrons on the map, deal 1 penetrating to all opposing characters adjacent to one or more Dolatrons, then KO all friendly Dolatrons. His movement power is stealth. Adjacent opposing characters can't use improved movement abilities or sidestep. For 50 points, he's got 6 movement with the stealth power, blades for 10 attack, 17 willpower, 2 damage outwit. Uh, I mean, he's fine. Again, probably not gonna break the meta. But cool, cool. Pied Piper is the other character that works with Rat, I believe. Oh yes, when he generates the game, generate 2 rats. And then he and friendly characters named Rat can use sidestep. So I guess you can combo Pied Piper with Ratcatcher. You start the game with 4 rats. They all gain sidestep as well as essentially a poison, as well as 11 attack with the Batman TA. Sorry. And then he's got triple target mind control as his movement. When Pied Piper uses mind control, he may target characters adjacent to rats. So it works the same with similar to the Ratcatcher's poison. Um, he can get knocked down to a damage power, which is shape change. Opposing characters within range can't use speed powers and consider Pied Piper as adjacent to themselves in terms of movement. So essentially, they have to break away. Um, I mean, this is a pretty cool guy, pretty well designed, pretty thematic. He's also got 11 attack pulse wave throughout the dial, 17 defense mastermind leadership for 2 damage. Again, it's pretty thematic. Not not very good in my opinion, but he's thematic. He's cool. He's not absurdly overcosted like freaking Red Hood. Okay, Clayface. Pretty interesting. This guy spawns clay critters. He's got traded shape change. When he uses it and succeeds, if he would have been the only target. Wait, when he uses it and succeeds, if he would have been the only target of the attacker can't choose another. Okay, that's pretty cool. Um, and then when Clayface hits or takes damage, mind you, he's 80 points for 8 clicks of health. Uh, he with 11 attack, you can generate one of the clay critters or a slime water terrain. If you generate the slime this game, that marker has characters that began this turn can't be placed or used to improve movement. Free KO a friendly user not clay critter within 3 squares. If you do, Clayface may use regeneration as free. Um, Oh, immediately use. Okay, yeah. And then his defense power is invulnerability. When an adjacent opposing character misses Clayface after resolutions, give them an action token. So he's a pretty cool, pretty thematic, pretty well designed CSR. Nothing bad to say about him. Deathstroke, I have a lot of bad things to say about. Uh, Possibly the only character more overcosted than Red Hood in this set. So for 80 points is a little bit more justifiable. He's got 7 clicks with running shot, 12 attack, energy explosion, invulnerability, and leadership with 3 damage. And his main pro is he's got the target assassin trait, but he's also got a secondary assassin trait that says when a target is KO'd, you may create a new target. Um, yeah, that's basically how it works. But the 60 point starting line is where I have an issue. For 60 points, this guy has 4 clicks of health, stealth, penetrating with 11 attack, 17 combat reflexes, 3 damage, um, RCE. So he's potentially hitting for 12-4, which is in combination with stealth and CR is not bad. But he's got 4 clicks of health for 60 points. Uh, he's got no way to generate like smoke cloud for himself. He's got no way to like running shot or sidestep within range. He's basically dead in one hit if you manage to hit him, which isn't even that hard with the CR. Like a 19 defense isn't. the hardest thing to hit anymore. And the most insulting thing is the BTU Deathstroke costed 50 points, gave you a freaking stop click, as well as an incredibly splashable trait. Oh, whoops. Yeah, an incredibly splashable trait. Another click of health, running shot, Blades, Claws, Fangs, Pulse Wave. And when you hit two or more with the Pulse Wave, you may roll a d6, so it's like a Blades Pulse Wave. And he gets hit onto freaking Mastermind Toughness Regeneration. The Mastermind can extend to people within 4 squares. He gets outwit, and he gets hit onto Shape Change. So the power discrepancy is kind of insane considering Fight for Gotham City is coming out 4 years after BTU. And this Deathstroke can be played with on his 150 starting line with 3 stop clicks. I'm very disappointed in this guy. It's a cool sculpt, cool model. But the power level discrepancy is kind of absurd. Anyway, whatever. Cyborg. I don't think we need another cyborg, but whatever. Uh, Trait when a friendly character is healed by Teen Titans. After resolutions, you may place them up to 4 squares away. That's all right, I guess. It's essentially you give. Oh, so they don't have to be within range or line of fire. So that's it combos well with the Raven then. Like you might use Teen Titans TA even when both characters are at full health just to get characters within range to attack. That's pretty useful. Um, his other trait is once per game, mind control as power, but instead targets any number of opposing characters that are equipped or have the armor, robot, or vehicle keywords, regardless of range, line of fire, or adjacency. Um, so that is pretty thematic. Probably going to be pretty situational. Yeah, damage or attack powers, energy, explosion, precision, strike, pulse wave. For 100 points, you get 8 clicks with running shot, the attack power, invulnerability with 18 defense, 4 damage, which is not not the best. It's weaker than Bizarro, but then again, the main pro I think is probably this trait right here. And 50 points, you get charge with just the pulse wave, same invulnerability, and 3 damage reflex. I mean, he's well designed, but it's not particularly interesting. Wally West, even less interesting. Friendly characters with Teen Titans have improved movement. I think this is characters. Yes, automatically breaks away and can move through. If you play him on 65 points, he's 10 movement with hypersonic when Wally West uses it after resolutions. Remove an action token from it, so he can just keep spamming it every turn. But he's only got 11 attack, no attack power, 17 defense, super senses, 3 damage shape change. So he's kind of elusive at that 65 point starting line. Some nice improved movement powers, but doesn't deal a lot of damage. Kind of a if you play him at 65, he's kind of a like an expensive support harassive piece. He's also vulnerable to outwit, of course, which makes him very vulnerable overall. 30 points, charge with 12 movement, 11 attack precision, super senses on 18. Strangely, the 30 point has higher defense than his 65 point, and no shape change. So he's like never a threat. You're taking him to give characters this movement. Automatically breaking away and moving through is pretty damn useful. So he'll probably be played a little bit, but he's not very interesting. Yeah. Cheshire is another one of those inherited techniques. Her inherited technique is very good, I think, because it is Blades, Claws, Fangs, as well as Poison. And when she uses it, she may use it as power to roll a d6 and deal damage equal to half. So, yeah, I mean, obviously that's a pretty good trait to inherit. And then you can just play her at her 35-point line for 4 clicks. Um, you don't care that she only has 2 damage because she has blades. She charges in there with her CR, and yeah, that's basically what she does. Um, she can get hit onto a movement power, which is plus this the sidestep, as well as free, choosing opposing characters within 2 squares in line of fire, and place the chosen character in a square adjacent to itself. Yeah. Her 60 point is also fine, I think. She's got 8 clicks with charge, and everything's the same. 1 more attack, 2 more movement. I mean, she's fine. Bronze Tiger. I don't know who this guy is. Apparently his name is Ben Turner. His technique is exploit. Okay, cool. So all of the martial artists, their techniques seem to cover a slightly different role. And then when he attacks, opposing characters can't use shape change. Pretty damn useful. Uh, 50 points for 7 clicks. That's all right. Um, his defense power that he can get knocked onto is combat reflexes and willpower. Otherwise, he starts on 18 super senses. Uh, he's starting on 12 attack precision strike, charge with 8 movement. The 3 damage is the exploit weakness power, and he can triple target. Uh, and he's got Suicide Squad keyword. Oh, and he's part of the Justice League. Holy shit. And he's part of the League of Assassins. What? That's crazy. Pretty cool. Not. I don't think he's gonna be crazy good, but he's definitely not Red Hood power level. Batman Ninja. Uh, does he have? Oh, he doesn't have the martial artist trait, but he has other stuff that are pretty cool. So 100 points, you got 10 clicks with 10 movement charge, 12 attack blades, 19 defense toughness, and then 3 damage with empower leadership. When he uses empower, he considers other unequipped friendly characters with the martial artist as adjacent to himself. So he even though he doesn't have the inherited technique, he works pretty well with the other martial artists here. He has traded once per game when Batman Ninja would or an adjacent friendly character would be hit. Excuse me. You may remove an equipment equipped to Batman Ninja from the game. If you do, all targets evade that attack. Um, so he's got a once per game sacrifice an equipment to evade. So I guess he could combo with maybe a Lucius, or maybe he just uses his free Batarang. Um, If Batman Ninja is equipped, he can't use his other trait and special power. Okay, so maybe not the Batarang then. Maybe, maybe somebody else has to carry the equipment. And then his other trait is Smoke Cloud as free. If Batman Ninja occupies hindering terrain, increases d6 rolls by 1. So that affects his leadership and his blades, as well as the super senses that he can get knocked down to. Uh, When Batman Ninja is missed by an attack after resolutions, you may place him in a hindering terrain marker within range. Um, yeah, he's not bad. Not I I'm not really interested in playing him, but yeah, he's not bad. Uh, the first chase we have is 054. So we skipped one because we don't see it yet. He's got traded blades and giant reach for 2. Movement power is charge, leap, climb. When an opposing character hits after resolutions, you may heal Batman 1 click and move him 1 square. So he's kind of got Black Lantern themes here. Perhaps a similar power should have been given to the Black Lantern Reanimate in Lantern Legacy. But instead, the reanimate doesn't even have flight like it did back in War of Light because WizKids has PTSD from Black Lantern power levels. Okay, this is not a Lantern Legacy complaint video. Um, anyway, his damage power is Outwit. When he uses, he may count range and line of fire from a terrain marker within 3 squares. 95 points for 8 clicks. 12 attack precision, 19 defense and vulnerability. Honestly, I don't think this guy's very good. 50 points with 5 clicks with CR perplex. I mean, he's He's not very interesting. This Martian Manhunter is a little bit more interesting. Um, so every turn he can generate for free 2 Martian smoke terrain, and this game those markers have opposing characters occupying this square modified attack -1. When they are moved or placed, after resolutions place this marker in their square, and free remove 4 of those smoke markers occupied by opposing characters from the game, and if you do, you can turn them to click 0. So I believe if he's on click 0 and he's damaged, he's not KO'd. He just gets knocked onto click 1. I think that's how it works. Uh, but still, that seems difficult to do. I guess the smoke markers follow, so it only has to do it twice. And then, but the reward is not that good either. Like 60 points for shape change penetrating, or sorry, charge penetrating, super senses, and then this damage power. Oh, I mean, that's a pretty damn good damage power, actually. I take it back. Outwit, Prob, Cosmic, and if it's your turn, Martian Manhunter has Colossal. Oh, Giant. And opposing characters can't use Protected, Outwit, or Safeguard Outwit. That's actually incredible. Okay, so that makes it worth it. And then the movement power he starts with is Stealth. Free, place Martian Manhunter or an adjacent friendly character in a square up to 2 squares. Um, okay, so I guess the point of this guy is you keep him as like a supportive piece for 2 turns until he can do the transformation. And then you could probably get more value if you let him get hit first, because then it's like he recovers. But like he doesn't have shape change, I don't think. Yeah, this one doesn't have shape change. So and he only gets knocked down onto super senses. So you can get knocked down onto like here or here, and then he just gets KO'd. So I don't think you play greedy with him. I think you do this as soon as possible. Get that, remove opposing characters, safeguard, and protected outwit. Give him cosmic outwit prob. Put him on that 19 defense. And then he could keep doing it, right? Like if he gets knocked after 0 is 1, right? So he can keep transforming into this, right? Which would be crazy. That seems great. That seems super fun. Um, this Batman is a lot better than this one. Um, we're missing a lot of chases. But whatever. Traded Smoke Cloud. When he uses it after resolutions, you may place him in a square he generated, and he may be given a close as free, which is incredible because that close can be his movement power flurry, so we can flurry for twice a turn for 75 points. That's pretty sick. His stop click is combat reflexes when first revealed. Immediately generate up to 3 smoke terrain, then place Batman up to 2 squares, which is not amazing, but I mean it's fine. 75 clicks. You're flurrying for 4 times every turn. Or oh no, you can't flurry with for 4 times because Smoke Cloud is a power action. But you can still flurry for free, which is still pretty good. At 75 points for 2 stop clicks, it's fine. It's pretty good. And then he also has sidestep, quick with 12 attack, combat reflexes, and then Outwit with 3 damage. Mm, probably would be good to give this guy blades somehow. And he is a martial artist, so he can inherit the blades. But yeah, I like this guy a lot more than this one. This one, like, he seems super fragile for his point cost, right? Like, this guy doesn't have a lot of reducers or super senses or shape change, but he's got 2 stop clicks to make up for it. This guy costs 20 more points for a few clicks of invulnerability and toughness, essentially. Yeah, I guess he's supposed to heal himself. Oh, when an opposing character hits. Oh. I mean, I guess that gives him a lot more survivability. Um, whatever, I guess. Whatever. This Joker, I think, is pretty incredible. So also for 70 points, you get 2 stop clicks. Trait: when an opposing character occupying any smoke terrain is KO'd after resolutions, you may roll a d6 to potentially generate a goon. His attack power is Smoke Cloud as free, but only to generate markers within 2 squares, regardless of line of fire. And free: give an opposing character within range that is occupying one or more smoke terrain markers an action token if you can't deal them 1 penetrating damage. So some built-in synergy there to deal some penetrating potentially, and if they're KO'd, he gets to potentially generate a goon. Um, Not exactly a lot of damage potential from this Joker, as he doesn't have blades or even poison. Oh, I mean, he can get hit onto. Actually, I guess that's not strictly correct because he can get hit onto the stop click with Blade's Flurry. Uh, and his stop clicks have Mastermind, which is pretty useful as well. So this Mastermind can, of course, combo with the Red Hood gang, as well as whatever other goon he decides to generate. Um, yeah, I guess that's the Joker. Scarecrow is also interesting. He's got Smoke Cloud as free as well as a trait. When Scarecrow can target characters occupying smoke markers within range, regardless of line of fire. So, a lot of characters in this set use Smoke Cloud, and Scarecrow does not care whether the Smoke Cloud is generated by them or himself. So, Scarecrow basically can target a lot of people if you make a team from this set. His other trait is opposing characters occupying any smoke markers can't use leadership or willpower or positively modify their combat values. Again, that's a pretty damn useful trait. Um, and then the coolest part about him is the Mastermind. And once per turn, when Scarecrow uses Mastermind, he may choose an opposing character other than the attacker occupying any smoke marker within range to become the target, even if they would be an illegal target. So you can force your opponent to hit their own guys essentially without even using mind control, just using Mastermind. And you can do that on the 40 click line. But also his 85, he gets stealth um, and prob. Uh, probably play him on the 40 point, but it's fine. 85 is fun. Um, pretty pretty cool ability. Disappointed he doesn't have the Sinestro core because he is very yellow. Uh, but I'm happy that the common one did have it, so whatever. Talia al Ghul, Smoke Cloud as free again. Friendly characters with the assassin keyword occupying a smoke marker modify their attack +1. Um, Traded leadership and sidestep. When one or more smoke markers would be removed within range, she may generate a character with the assassin keyword that's not unique or prime of 25 points or less into one of the smoke cloud squares right before it's removed. Um, 75 points for 7 clicks, stealth, precision strike, combat reflexes, and outwit. She can be hit onto a Battle Fury damage power that says when Talia al Ghul hits an opposing character, modify her damage +1 for each action token on that target, and if that target is KO'd, score 10 victory points. Feels like this could have been an uncommon. Not a huge fan. I mean, she's obviously not terrible just because of this trait. I mean, this is also pretty good synergy. I don't think this is very useful. Yeah. Okay, Talia al Ghul. Um, do I want to cover? I don't think I want to cover these. And the I'll just say like brief. Oh my God, they printed. Oh no, I thought this was a fourth question. Briefly, the where is it? The Teen Titans one, as well as the Amazon one, as well as the Penguin Vault boosters. They seem to be pretty good. The Vault boosters overall, they seem to have more power than the than the most of the characters in the main set, which is uh kind of disappointing, honestly. We can see what this Red Hood does. Oh, so this Red Hood has the inherited technique, and it's a slightly different precision strike. When Red Hood attacks, opposing characters can't use Mastermind, and effects that would trigger when they would be KO'd don't trigger, so it's pretty situational. When Red Hood clears, you may heal him on click. I mean, I guess you're supposed to play the team up, I assume. Friendly characters that share. Okay, so he can. Okay, this justifies his point value a lot more. He can give team player and safeguard mystics. Uh, oh, and he has a self revive. Okay, I mean this completely justifies his point cost, but you have to play the team up. Okay. Uh, Other characters that are adjacent or have the outlaws. Okay, so he's pretty incredible when you play with the team up, but he's pretty not incredible when you don't, or you play the other versions. I think the Batgirl that comes with the Play at Home kit is also pretty good. She has a Bat Family thing. Yeah, friendly characters with the Bat Family or Birds of Prey, modified defense +1. She's got Passenger 1. Um, yeah, I don't. It's like whatever. Oh, the other thing is, isn't Renee Montoya? She's the Question, right? But she isn't she the cop that that betrayed Harvey Dent and, and made Two-Face? Why is she a hero? What? Isn't she the corrupt cop? What? Uh, no. Wait, that no, it was a female cop. Also, that was whoopsies. Okay. Well, I guess that's good. It's fine. A little bit of stereotyping coming out there, but whatever. But yeah, a lot of the another God damn it, another freaking recycled model Beast Boy. God damn it. But a lot of the power in this set is coming from the vault boosters, and I think that's honestly just kind of scummy that they make you buy a brick usually just to have access to be able to buy a vault booster. Um, a decent amount of characters in the set are like pretty clearly overcosted or undertuned. Like even this what is it? This Batarang, like you could have put the other two Batarangs in the main set and instead of the Vault Booster. Uh, yeah, I'm still probably gonna pick up a bunch of the CUR, maybe some SRs, maybe a chase or two, but uh, when you compare it to the last DC set that was Lantern Legacy, it's very disappointing because Lantern Legacy they came with a ring or a construct, and yeah, the power levels were generally stronger, I feel, in Lantern Legacy than they were here. Um, which, on one hand, the Lantern Corps are definitely stronger than whoever's fighting in Gotham City. But also, you could have balanced that by making the Gotham City point values a little bit more sane. Um, you could have perhaps replaced some characters with with like Huntress and Batwoman and Azrael and some other lesser printed Batman adjacent villains. I mean, I'm happy we got Black Mask, Scarecrow, um, Black Lantern. That's super cool. But I mean, is there even a Penguin in the main set, or is it exclusive to the Vault Booster? Because they did this thing with I think it was with Batman Team Up, or was it with Notorious? I no, it was with Batman Team Up, where the team up was like Gotham City Underworld. So, well, every other Batman villain in the set worked in synergy with Arkham Asylum. So Penguin was like, he had a pretty decent team up, I think as well, but he was kind of knocked uh, out of that synergy. And this fixes it. But if they're gonna fix it like this, then they should have included this in the main set. It's kind of ridiculous that you have to buy a brick just to buy a vault booster just to have a chance of getting this penguin so that he can work with your Arkham Asylum theme team. Yeah, I guess we'll end the video here.